Hello, everybody. I'm sorry about that. You didn't hear it, but I was in an echo chamber. I'm Skip Alzheimer. Welcome to the AV Geeks Lunchtime Streaming Show, where we watch old 16 millimeter films. And I'm actually in the midst of a advisory board meeting with Apple Shop, so I'll be appearing and then disappearing periodically. So here it is. First thing we're going to start off with is your protection against disease, which is on 16 millimeter, and that's what we watch. So enjoy.
What a day for a boat ride. Rob and his family are going for a picnic in their boat. But where is Kathy?
Kathy!
Everyone has been looking forward to this picnic. Where is Kathy?
Kathy! Kathy!
What's wrong? Doesn't she want to go? Kathy seems to be sick, so they'll have to call off the picnic. But why is Kathy sick? She may have some germs inside her that have made her sick. How could germs get inside Kathy? Germs, so tiny you can't see them, are all around you. Your skin can protect you by keeping germs out. If you cut your skin, germs can get into your body. But your body has a way of protecting you from these germs. White blood cells can pass out of the blood vessels and into the tissues where the germs are, and actually eat them up. The body has other ways of protecting you from germs. When you breathe, germs enter your body. The adenoids and tonsils can trap germs. The tube called the windpipe can also trap germs. It is lined with a sticky material and tiny things like hairs called cilia. These help push this sticky material out through the nose and mouth openings. Sometimes germs get past these traps and enter the lungs. From here, germs enter blood vessels and are carried to other parts of the body. When you eat and drink, germs can enter your body. Some germs that miss the traps in nose and throat can pass through the stomach to the intestine. Germs can multiply quickly. When they do, they can cause pain. And if the white blood cells don't destroy all the germs, they may cause serious illness. But your body has still another way of protecting you from germs. Tiny particles called antibodies form in the blood and prevent the germs from harming you. But how did germs get inside Kathy this time? Was this how? Kathy did have a scraped knee yesterday, but it was well washed and dressed. Germs can get into the body through your mouth. Is that how Kathy's germs got in? Kathy remembers that yesterday she was eating berries without washing them first. Is this how the germs got in? Then she was thirsty. The water of that stream looked so clear and clean. Kathy didn't see any germs. Germs are much too small to see. Could there have been germs in the water that made Kathy sick? Now, as long as Kathy is sick, she needs proper care so that her body can fight the germs. She will rest and keep warm. Should Kathy have a doctor to see her? Well, she seems to be feeling a little better. She probably doesn't need a doctor this time. But the picnic will just have to wait until she is better. How can the rest of the family keep from catching Kathy's sickness? They won't get too close to her. They'll be sure to destroy any food that may have Kathy's germs on it. And they'll wash the other dishes separately from Kathy's dishes. She'll stay in bed until she's better. With such good care, perhaps Kathy will feel better in the morning. The body has many ways of protecting you from germs that cause disease. Your skin keeps germs out. If germs get in, there are traps, such as tonsils and adenoids. Then, too, there are white corpuscles, which eat germs up. And finally, there are antibodies formed in the blood, which prevent germs from harming you. How is Kathy today? She's better. Kathy decides she will always wash well before eating to keep germs away from her mouth. And she'll always look after her cuts and scrapes so germs won't get through her skin. It's another beautiful day for a picnic. Rob wants to get an early start so they can get some fishing done. But where is Kathy?
Kathy!
Here's Kathy. And this time she's making sure that she has lots of good, safe drinking water. Yes, it's a beautiful day for a picnic.
So, besides the content of the film, which is fascinating, a camping trip that's filled with disease. I don't know if you noticed, like on the left side here, there was a lot of weird discoloration, and that's what we call color breathing. Is sometimes the film will deteriorate, the color won't deteriorate evenly, and will kind of be yellowish on this end, bluish on this end, and that's the biggest challenge of color correction. Is like, how do you fix that? Sometimes you're lucky it's a line, and you can just kind of fade and do two different things and resolve to fix that. Sometimes, but if it's this weird kind of fluid, like weird puddle thing, you can't do it. So it's difficult to do, if not impossible. So that's very much a challenge. What is meaning? Maybe Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute will tell us. Enjoy.
So, you think you know what meaning is. Most people think that they know, but when we study language closely, we find that meaning is not as simple as we thought. We begin to ask questions. What exactly is meaning? What are the various kinds of meaning? How does meaning come into existence? We'll look for answers to these questions by exploring three kinds of meaning. Denotative meaning, conceptual meaning, and evocative meaning. In the book of Genesis, one of Adam's first tasks was to give names to all cattle, to the fowl of the air, to every beast of the field. Today, we're still naming the things about us, but sometimes we have trouble. See that horse? Most people see it this way. But what a child is likely to remember seeing is this, something with four legs. Consequently, when he sees this, another something with four legs, and calls it a horse, he's bewildered when his father says no. But when he sees this animal again, and his father says, there's a horse, things begin to fall into place. This something with four legs is different from this one. Here we have the problem of naming, of recognizing a thing for what it is and finding the name which most people will apply to it. Many words, like horse, name things. In the case of the word horse, the word stands for the actual animal. Or the word tree stands for actual objects like this. Thus, one kind of meaning which a word may have lies in the thing or things to which the word refers. This kind of meaning we call denotative meaning. The word building, for example, names this and this, or this. Automobile names this. And this, believe it or not. But all words, whether they name things or not, stand for ideas. Ideas which exist in our minds, which are not things to be observed and named. For instance, molecule stands for an abstract concept which people who understand the word can carry about in their head. This abstract idea, which we more or less logically attach to a word, constitutes a second kind of meaning, conceptual meaning. When we were trying to form a concept which would enable us to recognize a horse, to the idea of four-legged something, we have to add the idea of a flowing tail. Strong legs, solid food. A mane. A long cylindrical head. A glossy, short-haired coat. And the idea of size, strength. . These These ideas, taken together, form a fairly accurate concept of what constitutes a horse. The idea will remain in the mind so that we can use the word horse and understand it. Whether we happen to be where an actual horse is or not. All words stand for ideas. These ideas are the kind of meaning we call conceptual meaning. When we formulate the conceptual meaning of a word to ourselves or to others, we make up the sort of thing we call a definition. Thus, the conceptual meaning of the word building could be expressed as a fixed structure with walls and roofs. Or the conceptual meaning which we give to the word automobile could be embodied in these words. But besides being associated with ideas, words always produce additional responses in our mind. A third kind of meaning, evocative meaning, consisting of the sense images, the emotions, the attitudes which the word makes us feel. The word democracy can call to mind the speakers and crowds, the excitement, the beating of drums, the sounds of bands, the shows, the tension, the clamor. The word democracy may remind us of the serious responsibility of voting. It may recall the dignity of our government and of Lincoln's words about democracy. The evocative meaning of a word, then, may be very complex. To it belong all the pictures and other sense images which a word evokes in our imagination. The evocative meaning includes the feelings and emotions that a word awakens. To evocative meaning belongs our sense of the appearance and sound of the word itself.
Elephant,
We.
antediluvian,
Beat bag.
flock,
Never.
Yes.
Bang.
Utica, hierarchy, taxi, tipsy, capilostica.
All these particular responses which a word can produce are quite distinct from the conceptual meaning, the abstract idea for which the word stands. We get this kind of meaning from experience rather than from reason, from living rather than from thinking. We have seen horses, we've heard the sounds of their hooves. Our experience has associated sound images and pictures with the word horse. Then, too, the feelings which we had when we were in the presence of the horse, perhaps of pleasures, excitement, perhaps of anxiety and distrust, are related to the word horse and may be recalled by it. But in addition to all this experience with horses, other events may be associated with the more particular experience with the horse in such a way as to add to the evocative connotation of the word. The sight of the field where we saw the animal, the light of the sky, the work going on about the farm. The look of the farm building, the other sounds of the place. All these may now be evoked by that simple syllable, horse. The evocative meaning of every word grows out of our experience. Experience which is always changing, adding to or canceling out the evocative responses which the word can produce. The evocative meanings of a word may be extremely complex, involving many images, some of them inconsistent. Sometimes we see water like this. But at other times, water wears a very different aspect. Both kinds of experience, that with the gentle brook and that with the mighty sea, become part of the evocative connotations of the word water. But despite these complications, or perhaps rather because of them, it is the evocative meaning of language, its ability to kindle our imagination, to make us see, hear, feel, and judge, that makes words something more than mechanical symbols for abstract ideas or verbal arrows pointing at things. So, in our dealing with words, we must recognize three kinds of meaning. There is denotative meaning, the things which words name. There is conceptual meaning, the idea which the word brings to mind, the meaning which we can express by drawing up a definition. And there is evocative meaning, all the images, feelings, attitudes, and value judgments which a word awakens in our imagination. There are many further complexities to the problem of meaning, but here is at least a preliminary answer to the question, what is meaning?
So was that film as baffling to you as it was to me? When I first watched it, I'm like, what is going on? when were, where was this? Was this shown at college? It's a really fascinating film, and I'm happy that I got to show it to you. But yeah, it's a head scratcher indeed. Anyways, I'm still in my meeting. So here is a longish film called Rocking Horse Cowboy, and it's another Encyclopedia Britannica film. But this one's an interesting kind of look at what are cowboys like in the 70s. Enjoy.
Where's Cowboy? Well, where's Cowboy? Well, there's not many good cowboys anymore. It's cowboy life ever since I was 12 years old. Got kicked out of school, got a little rowdy, little ornery, I guess. And so I've been cowboying all my life. I don't know anything else I'd rather do.
Hey, little rocking horse cowboy, a cowboy you will be. You've been wishing, dreaming, bragging and boasting to sweet, sweet Amy. A cowboy you will be. You've been telling tiny Amy, a cowboy you will be. You'll pack your traveling sack and soon be on your way to free, happy days, riding beneath the sun.
He's got all tricks in the game, man. Look at that. Guys there from different parts of the country all over. You get the bull shooting back and forth between your church and coffee. And sometimes about his old boy to have a bottle of whiskey to sneak back and have a few drinks. Sit around and play cards, maybe till I got him breakfast time, you know. Gamble a little bit and you know, whatever a man had, he had $5 or maybe $10, or I've seen some of the boys lose $50, you know. They had a little money in the pocket. Maybe sometimes that caused a little trouble when he tried to get it back, but it just didn't work out. Nowadays, why, it seems like the guys, you know, I don't know, they either want to jump up and go to town or they don't want to be sociable like used to.
pack your traveling sack, and you'll soon be on your way to those free and happy days riding beneath the sun. You've been telling Tiny Amy you'll ride a wild red Mustang, and you'll wear a sweaty old hat, learn to say howdy, giddy up and whoa. You've been telling Tiny Amy that you'll chew red mans from a plug, and you'll spit on buzz and bugs, grow curly whiskers, tell time from the sun.
Really, I can't do as good as I could. Of course, age has got me, and you know, I just can't get around. Of course, now I know I can't. Know what I mean? My legs and everything has been broke up so much that I haven't got very good legs under me anymore. Handling all kinds of horses and cattle, you know, why you get busted up before you know it, by God. You know, a man that's worked all of his life, why, it's kind of, well, he's got any spunk at all, it kind of goes against him. To lay around and go on this wildfire and stuff like that, just depend on somebody else, well, I may come to that, but not as long as I can work, I won't. I'm going to have to stay with it because, you know, tell the truth, that's all I know.
Softly whispered a sweet, sweet Amy, you'll roam the stormy seas, walk on twinkling stars, and soar with whistling winds. Softly whispered a sweet, sweet Amy, you'll dream brand new dreams and change a wishing star, 'cause you'd hate to ever be a crippled cowboy with a broken car.
Just my kind of life, I'll be honest with you. I've been in the city, you know, go to Los Angeles, so really the big city I go in there once in a while, you know. Used to, I've been there for years, but anyway, why, the people, my God, I don't know, they walk by you and they won't give you no room, or Christ almighty, you got to be pretty good on your feet, you get run over. And going across the street in the damn traffic, why, what the fellow does, you know, make a mistake and go across the light, why, damn, jump between the cars, well, that's not for me. I went down there one time and I just got in, I went down on the bus. So I met up with a guy, I was sitting in this restaurant and we got talking. I told him that I was just kind of passing time away. He said, well, let's go up to my room a while. He said, well, might as well play a little poker. And I had a pair of shafts, something like these I got on the pockets inside, and an old 45 in there. So, in a little bit, there was another guy come into the room, and he sat down, and he got me in this, and I had a few dollars in my pocket, not very much, maybe $5 or $10. So this one guy says, throw your shafts in. I said, no, I don't throw them in for anything. So they'd already got my money, you know. So one of the guys, he started to reach for him. He said, throw him in. I said, leave him alone. You know, like I said, I'm not gonna bet them. Well, I had it for 45, and I sure was gonna lose that. So he made a pass at me, and I just flopped back over the bed, and I come up, I let him have it right over the head with this 45. And when my head didn't take it out, there was in my shaft, and knocked him across the bed, and this other guy made a run for me. I knocked him down, and I just reached over while they was both down, and I just reached over and got what money was on the bed. Some of it wasn't mine, so most of it was. So I got up, walked out on the street, and an old country boy's got to be awful careful in the city, I can tell you. Well, they don't have the work to do like they used to. They don't work. They used to take care of cattle, ride more among the cattle and watch the cows and the calves. Now, lots of times they don't know what they're looking for and just ride by a cow. They don't know a sick cow, ride by a cow and know what she is when she is sick. And used to, we ride through the cows all day long. Well, it was just a day's work, but in the day's work with the cattle. Now they ride through them and they just don't do the work they used to do. Well, they don't know how in the first place, a lot of the boys. And the times that you see a cow that laying, you know your cattle, well, you know there's something wrong. Now, most of the boys today, they don't know cattle well enough to understand that. Years ago, a man used to come up, he'd go out and they'd gather cattle, just something like this we're doing right now. But they'd rope corrals, just run them up in a bunch. Just run them up in a bunch, and a couple of riders go in there, and other guys hold them up, And a man or two or three men go in there, or two ropers or three ropers, whatever they use, and rope them and drag them back out to the far. Practically to do now, only there's more cattle and better hands than they are today. Today they got corrals and trucks, to go out to the job, and it's not near the work it used to be.
You've been telling Tiny Amy you'll ride a wild red Mustang, then you'll wear a sweaty old hat, learn to say howdy, giddy up and whoa. You've been telling Tiny Amy that you'll chew red mans from a plug, and you'll spit on bug, grow curly whiskers, tell time from the sun.
Well, I was working on a Circle A ranch there, and had me out in camp. I got there about 15 miles out on the desert. And then it rained and snowed. and everything was froze over, you know, and all the sickles, high sickles hanging on the sagebrush, just like, looked like Christmas, you know. That wind blowing, I ride about, make a round trip about, well, say from 18 to 20 miles, anyway. Sometimes further, you know. And I'd get out of there about 7 or 8 o'clock anyway. And it'd take me anyway, you know, sometimes all, how far I'd have to go back. I'd get cold, feet get cold, hands get cold. And so I'd stop, build me a little fire. I thought, well, I'll warm up a little bit. I had a good heavy mackinaw, and I was wrapped up pretty good, I can tell you. Right away, and see a bunch of cows back over and I'd shove them back. And then I'd lope on, make my rounds a little further, and so find someone I have to get the cold. Well, you know, you don't realize how cold you can get just riding. But you get loping, and a fella can go kind of a long trot or a lope, you know, it kind of relaxes you and warms you a little bit. Then going to get to moving these old cows, get cold, your hands, feet get cold, have to get on and build another fire. It's miserable, I can tell you. Well, after the drive there, I would go in the Winslow or Flagstaff, mostly Winslow, and stay all night, have a hell of a good time, get into a fight, go into the, you know, the houses. In them days, you could have a good time. You go in with a few dollars, well, say, maybe a month's wages be shot in a while, but man, well, you have draw, you have a draw, you know, take a draw, finish out the party. They'd run me out of town about daylight, and that'd be it. But in the last 15 years, I've slowed down an awful lot. Years ago, I'd go to town and get drunk, ride in a horseback, stay all night. Now, all I do is go to town, have a few drinks, play the slot machines, and go down across the tracks once in a while, come back, get in time for breakfast, and go to work. It's hard to get a job on the cow ranch now. Now the ranches is, well, they've changed, nothing but kind of what you do ranches now. And it's kind of rocking horse cowboy. Cowboys is kind of, well, they're not experienced, the main thing, you know. A lot of ranches, why you just, all they give a damn for you is get what they can out of you. And well, when the work's done, why, you're done. I never had a real home in all my days of cowboy. Only bunkhouses, cow camps. I really never had no family to speak of, and really no one but myself. And that's what keeps me traveling around. Nobody to look forward to, only myself. And really, a man, whether he's a cowboy or what he is, with it, he's got someone to look forward to, he's got something to hold him down. But traveling around, you'll never have it. Well, I've had quite a life in my time. I've cowboyed for the last 50 years. All I got out of it is a little money in the bank, and saddle, bridle, spurs, chaps, an old car, about all I got to show for it.
Whisper softly, a crippled cowboy with a broken car. You'll never be.
In the middle of India, near Hyderabad, 30,000 men, women, and children built one of the largest engineering structures in the world. On the Krishna River, they built a dam called Nagarjuna Saga to irrigate 2 million acres of land to grow food. It took 14 years. The work was half finished on this single day. When the work was finished, enough land could be watered to grow enough food to feed the 10 million people who were added to the population in that part of India in the 14 years it took to complete the dam at Nagarjunasagar.
The punchline to that film, that amazing film, is that if they had implemented some sort of population control, family planning, then maybe they would not have had to have built a dam that big. And that it was basically It's fascinating. That's the ilk of this, is like, wow, here's this amazing effort to try to dam water so that they can route it to produce more food, but in the very nature of this, doing this, and this is the only effort they did, then they just now are back to where they were. They now have to worry about the next population, etc. So, anyways, hope you enjoyed that. That was a really, I mean, at the very least, even if you don't agree with the message, the imagery was just stunning. It's really, really crazy. And the cowboy film was also interesting, if you could understand what the guy was saying. But that's what we do at AV Geeks. We show you stuff. Stuff that you've maybe never seen before or thought about. And for me, it's always I'm learning new stuff. Even what is meaning? Like, what was the deal with that? So if you like what you saw, you can hit the thumbs up button, the like button, subscribe. You can also do the super thanks button and send us some cash. You can also just watch films on our channel. We have some advertising on there, or YouTube has some advertising on there that we get pennies per watch. So, but it adds up, and it allows us to do things like buy film reels, or buy tape, or buy splicing tape, or buy cans to rehouse the rusted cans. All that stuff helps us. So thank you for tuning in, and we will be back again tomorrow, Wednesday, and we'll talk about stuff, and we'll show stuff. I feel like I'm going to break into song, but I'm not. All right, everybody, take care. Bye.